'Cause I really love to.
Welcome back to another episode of the GC Informer. I am Snowy, otherwise known as Count Fracula. You've got my face back today, you unlucky bastards. We will start today with the possible reveal, well, the possible hint of the next console generation already. We know already that consoles are just moving quicker and quicker, with now having sort of 0.5 effective releases. Pain in the arse, don't like it, it's not a great move, just, you know, developers should deal with the hardware that they had at the start. That's what they've done since the PlayStation 1, since even before that. And we saw some of the great games we got at the end of the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360's lifespan. But yeah, this is the hand that we're dealt with. But now, thanks to a hiring advert, there might be a hint that the next console generation is not that far away. The advert was placed by the studio Avalanche, known for developing games such as Just Cause and Mad Max, the one from a couple of years ago that was alright, not great, but alright. The job is for a senior multiplayer programmer, and says on the advert that Avalanche Studios is developing games for both current gen and next generation platforms. This statement in itself is not necessarily proof of anything, but if you interpret it the way that a lot of people have, it means that people have already, well, they've already started looking ahead to the next set of consoles. What will be the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox 3, whatever they want to call it. Probably, knowing Xbox, it'll be the Xbox -1, because, you know. So yeah, a sort of wild statement that's caused a lot of rumours, but it's worth talking about because, you know, it seems that the console, like the generational gap for consoles is narrowing a little bit and the lines are blurring. So, it'll be interesting to see what effect all this kind of stuff will have on the gaming industry. It's amazing how much discussion one statement or one sentence can cause. As we all know, Doom is coming to the Switch very soon. Soonish. Don't know when soon is. Tell me. Christmas-ish this year. We've now had some sort of clarification on the basic spec type, well, how the game will run, specs, that kind of thing, you know what I mean. On the Switch, of course, it won't look as good as the PC, Xbox One or PlayStation 4 versions, because the Switch is not a powerful console in comparison because of its whole hybrid nature. It will, however, run at 720p regardless of whether it's docked or not, which is a little bit strange, but that's how it's working apparently. And it will be locked to 30 frames per second, which I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of 30 FPS locks. I prefer a higher frame rate if possible. But considering the kind of game that it's trying to run, I do understand it in some respects because, again, the Switch not being the most powerful console in the world compared to its competitors might mean that this 30 FPS lock will just make Doom run a little bit better, as well as the resolution. Just, you know, a little bit might help. So, you know, I don't think I mind that, to be honest. The ability to play Doom, like the 2016 Doom, on the go, to me is worth the sacrifice of a little bit of, what's the word I'm thinking of? Resolution, that's the word. A little bit of resolution and a little bit of frame rate. Less so on the frame rate, but I'm still willing to sacrifice it. If it means I can play Doom on the go, because Doom is a fantastic game, definitely worth playing on any console that it's on, or any platform in general. PC. I'm part of the PC Master Race. Little bit of fun news now, just sort of random stuff. Steam is going to be doing a thing that I didn't know it didn't do. Try saying that sentence 5 times fast. According to one particular developer by the name of, I'm definitely not checking my phone right now, Bright Rock Games, who develop... What do they develop? War for the Overworld. Anyway, they let slip that Steam will soon start taking in like Australian dollars as a native charging currency on their platform, which I didn't know they didn't do. But apparently they didn't, and soon they will, because good. What did they use before? Did they use American dollars? That seems annoying because you then have to do conversions, and because American dollars and Australian dollars convert differently. The Australian dollars worth slightly less. So that's why. So yeah, a little sort of weird positive thing. Yeah, okay, fine. If you're in Australia, like a couple of people on the GameCast network are, then great. You'll soon be able to buy games in your own currency, because what? Somebody on PC Gamer referred to Final Fantasy 15 as Final Fantasy 15 Sexy Boy Road Trip.
Right.
That's about right. As we all know now, Final Fantasy 15 is launching on the PC next year, much to my delight and I'm sure many other people's. But what we didn't know until today is that development on various bits of content for Final Fantasy 15 will continue even after the launch on PC. Now, the PC launch will be marketed as a definitive edition of the game. It will be a sort of the game and all of the other content that came out for it while it was exclusive for the PS4. And the success of this DLC, particularly the last piece that came out not too long ago, has inspired Square Enix to actually carry on making new sort of story content for the game. This does mean, of course, that the PC version isn't actually the definitive edition until you buy whatever piece of DLC they launch after that. But I don't mind, because, you know, more content for an apparently very good game is always a positive thing, even if that game is already 70 plus hours long, as apparently Final Fantasy 15 is. Although Final Fantasy 7 is probably also about that long, if not longer. Having a little bit of extra DLC come later down the line does not put me off wanting this game. I do still want to buy Final Fantasy 15 quite badly, but you know, I'll have to wait until the start of next year. And I'm quite sort of glad, I think, that Square Enix have decided to continue to make stuff for this game. I quite like that they're just gonna give us a bit more.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
Hooray, I made you laugh for a change. Wow, you must be tired. I know. And that brings us to the end of another episode of the GC Informer. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a like, a subscribe, or a share, whatever you fancy. Our social links are down in the description, as well as a link to our public Discord, where you can just have a nice little chat with some fans or some of the content creators. We're all on there, have a little bit of banter and laugh. It's all very nice. If you like me, I can be found on twitch.tv/metalnerddude. I can also be found on Twitter at SnowyDuffield. And my memory card is about to fill up, so I'm going to go, and I will see you next time for some more news.